Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. This is a rather exciting video in my mind. Very exciting. Look at the headline. XRP transactions shatter 1.6 million, approaching all-time high. Is Ripple involved? Well, you can bet your bottom dollar they are. Or your top dollar. I don't care where your dollar's positioned. Go ahead and bet that. As it turns out, I can't wait to give you all the specifics on this, but I'll let this out right out the gate here. XRP transactions accounted, in this time period cited here, for more than half of all crypto transactions, period. So yes, I'm talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the rest of the thousands of coin combined. Less than half of XRP transactions over that time period. Astonishing, very cool stuff. Is MoneyGram in play? Yeah, probably. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to be talking about Flobies, because that's, who doesn't want to, cut their hair with what is essentially a vacuum cleaner? We're going to talk about Flobies. Then we've got this piece I'm going to wrap up with. From the Daily Hodl. Expired. Bitcoin ransom deadline lapses as City of Johannesburg refuses to hand over 4 Bitcoin. Now, before we get going, if you would please delicately tap that like button, and if you're a fan of Ripple and XRP, you done came to the right spot, son. We talking about XRP on here every day. Go ahead and subscribe. I promise it won't hurt, and I don't bite. I'm just a dude on the interwebs talking to you over the computer. I can't bite. I'm too far away from you. Take a look at this. I just had to share this with you. So it's okay. So as I'm recording this, I live in the Midwest of the United States. As I'm looking at my phone here, it's 6:16 p.m. I was going to start a bit sooner, but and I'm not complaining, I just finished watching The Digital Asset Investors, my fellow XRP YouTuber, The Digital Asset Investor, first ever live stream. He's out in Vegas. He's with Mr. B XRP. He's got Brad Kimes from Investment Perspectives and a room full of some other people as well within the XRP community. Cool stuff. Went on for about 45 minutes. And I got to say this, so he didn't show his face, right? He had a picture of a stick figure. That's what the camera's pointed at. He's not ready to show his face yet, right? But he said throughout the video, he's like, I'm going to show you a picture of me at the end. But then he also started talking about, there's a reason that I haven't been showing my face, and it's just, and I talked to my wife about it, and it's just one of those things where I like to make videos in the morning, and it's nice to be able to record without even having to shower first, and this or that. So he's basically saying he didn't want to get up for the camera. Fair enough point. But he did say he was going to show a picture of himself, and as soon as he said that, he's prefaced this all like, here's the reason I'm not showing myself, but then he's like, he's going to show himself. And I thought to myself, and I was watching this with Moonbay, mind you, we're just laying in bed, streaming from our television here, and then I turned to Moonbay and I said, I bet you it's going to be a childhood picture. And ding, 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 Moon Lambo was right. I feel pretty proud of myself. Is it okay if I pat myself on the back? Indeed, he did show a picture of himself, but he was probably, I don't know how old he was, 5 or 6 or 7 or something. He looked pretty darn young in the thing, so still have no idea what the guy looks like. But there you go. So I just thought it was cool. So cool stuff. So shout out to Digital Asset Investor, Mr. B XRP, Brad Kimes, and everybody else. I just had to mention it. I thought it was cool that after almost a year and a half of Digital Asset Investor run his channel, he ended up doing a live stream, and I'm sure at some point I'll be doing one myself. But let's go ahead and jump into the rest of the content here. This is a tweet from XRP Crypto Woofed. He sent me this via direct message. Thank you very much, sir. And it's on the first topic of discussion today as far as XRP content goes, news. XRP's daily transactions shatter 1.63 million and are about to make new all-time high. And you can see these charts associated. I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the article, though. And I've actually got 2 articles I want to run through on the very same topic with different points to be made. So this one, Daily Hodl, XRP transactions shatter 1.6 million, approaching an all-time high. Is Ripple involved? The number of daily XRP transactions is on the verge of hitting an all-time high. According to the crypto data tracker, a bit info charts, the number of XRP transactions on the ledger hit 1.63 million on Monday, just short of an all-time high of 1.7 million. The previous high was back in January of 2018 at the height of the crypto market's last parabolic run. And I have to tell you, the timing of this is actually interesting because in one of my videos yesterday, I cited this within the last few days. I think it was actually Friday when we had the huge run-up started in terms of Bitcoin's price and went up from, what did it go from, like 7,400 to like 10,300 or something like that ultimately. Well, the volume that day was the highest volume in the history of the cryptocurrency asset class, and I cited that yesterday. And now we're looking at XRP specifically, just in terms of number of transactions, about to hit an all-time high. Won't be surprised if we hit it very, very soon. Anyway, the XRP Explorer from xrpl.org shows many of the transactions are IOUs being sent across the ledger. The XRP ledger features a built-in decentralized exchange with an IOU system that's designed to give people a way to trade any type of asset electronically. Yes, indeed, a built-in decentralized exchange. Little known. I guess a lot of people in the XRP community understand that at this point, but most outside of our crew here probably don't know that. And it matters. Anyway, the IOU transfers have triggered speculation on Reddit that Ripple, or another company, is currently giving the feature a test drive. IOU transactions are represented in the image below with green dots. The number of XRP transactions is so great that it has accounted for more than half of all crypto transactions in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin, now how you gonna act? Come on. You're looking a fool out there with your 7 transactions per second. No, I'm just kidding. I like Bitcoin. It's okay. I'm just teasing. I'm not an XRP maximalist. If you listen to me more than once, I think you know that. I just tease. Very cool stuff. Now, take a look at this. This is on the same topic. It's just another article. That looks really zoomed in. What the hell happened there? All right. Fixed it. XRP daily transactions spike to 1.6 million, set to break all-time high. All right, the on-chain metrics for Ripple's XRP, and again, it should not be Ripple's XRP, it's just XRP, unless you're referencing that XRP which Ripple holds, which you are not doing, Mr. Crypto Media Author. Anyway, the on-chain metrics for XRP are indicating that something serious is brewing in the background. On October 21st, XRP was processing some 727,000 or so transactions daily. In the following days, this began to tick upwards at an accelerating rate. On October 26th, just 5 days later, XRP was recording 1.65 million daily transactions. That's an increase of over 100% in less than a week. Since then, it has maintained its high transactional output. Yesterday, Ripple's XRP... Oh my god, that really grinds my gears. Let's just say it right. Yesterday, XRP recorded a whopping 1.55 million daily transactions. And on your screen, if you're not driving, feel free to take a look if you care to do so. There's a chart of the transactions, right? If XRP continues to maintain this level in daily transactions, it could soon break its all-time high. The current all-time high was set on January 16, 2018, when XRP processed 1.7 million daily transactions. However, this recent uptick seems to have legs. We will likely see a new all-time high in daily transactions sometime in the coming weeks. All right, and then, so there's the subheading, though. What is causing this spike? There's room for speculation over what could be causing the spike in XRP's daily transactions. One of the reasons could be MoneyGram. As Being Crypto reported earlier this year, the cross-border payment service signed a 2-year commercial deal with Ripple. Recent reports seem to suggest that MoneyGram is now stepping up its involvement with Ripple. Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO, confirmed this in a recent statement and told reporters that MoneyGram was exploring new ways to use XRP. In effect, we could be witnessing MoneyGram utilize XRP on-chain, which would explain the recent spike in daily transactions. However, there's no way to be sure until an official statement comes out. Regardless, it seems clear that something is brewing behind the scenes for Ripple. Perhaps we can expect a major announcement or comment on these developments in the coming weeks from the team themselves. And indeed, Swell's coming up here on November 7th and 8th. It would be neat if this were addressed. I don't know exactly what's going on. I just shared with you 2 potential reasons, including transactional IOUs on the ledger. Even so, if that's the case, where's it coming from? What is the purpose? Who's using it for, and for what? And then you've got potentially MoneyGram, which would be, I mean, look, they've got to be, I'd say this, they're the largest Ripple customer that we know of. Now, of course, we only know of a limited number of customers. Ripple has over 200 that they last announced that was the bar they had hit, over 200. But in reality, they're substantially beyond that. They don't give like a real time ticker number of like how many customers they've actually signed production contracts with. So not completely sure. But I have to tell you, as I was reading these headlines here, I'm just sitting here and looking how the transactional volume of XRP is just dwarfing all their cryptos combined. Is that not substantial in your mind? Because to me it is. Like, think about this. Actual usage. People aren't forcing, like, nobody can force people to use XRP. It's genuinely being used, genuinely being adopted. And find a lot of it's speculations, to people like you and me, super duper. But, look, but the reason even we're here is because of the actual utility. So think about that. So in terms of staying power, it's not going anywhere. XRP indeed is here to stay, and that's not financial advice because I don't have financial background, nothing like that. I'm just saying that as part of the XRP community has been researching this on a daily basis for almost 2 years now, and seeing the real world adoption take place in real time. It's just been astonishing to watch, and I love reporting on this on a daily basis. I have so much fun running this channel and following all this stuff, and the reason people are following not just my channel but every other extra YouTuber, it's because we all know we found something. Is that fair to say? I mean, if you're listening to this, don't you feel like you found something special? And nobody had to force you to feel that way. You just found it and you're like, oh my God, nothing else does this. There's real world adoption and barely any of the world knows about it. It's already valued at this amount. What could the future look like if one holds for the long term? And to me, it's just amazing stuff here. So I am happy to be here. But even so, we're in the nascent stages of adoption. So as mind-blowing as these numbers are relative to the rest of the crypto asset class, I ain't seen nothing yet. Just wait. All right, next here, I got tabbed. Sometimes I say words that aren't words. I got tabbed in this. That's not a thing. Oh, Moon Lambo. So I got tabbed in this by Crypto Noob, right in there with a bunch of XRP community members here, and I found this fascinating. There's one thing I wanted to cite specifically. So this picture, it's a Bitcoin kiosk, and indeed we have XRP here, but they decided to include womp womp the Ripple logo instead of the XRP logo. Go home, Bitcoin kiosk, you're drunk. But thank you nonetheless for tagging me. I like seeing this stuff. I hope it actually gets used. And I want to know what the target market is for people that are buying this stuff at kiosks specifically. And I'm not questioning it. They're clear there's been some staying power for this whole kiosk thing. I am genuinely curious about this business model. How the hell does it work? Why are people buying Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies there if you have a smartphone or a computer? Well, I mean, really, even a smartphone is a computer in your pocket, right? Anyway. Flobies. Let's talk about Flobies. Can we do this? Can I hit play? I'm not going to play the sound. There's no point here. But here's the Flobie. Do you not know what the Flobie is? If you're not driving, you should take a look at this. So here's some dude that hates his wife, and he's like vacuuming her hair basically to cut it. That was weird. And there's this guy. He looks cool. He's holding a mirror up and he's just vacuuming his hair away basically. This is some weird stuff. Now, you might be asking, Moon Lambo, why are you showing this delightful technology? And your follow-up question is, where can I buy it? I'll answer the second question first. You can buy it on Amazon for $139. I kid you not, this is still for sale. And I think this came out, when did it come out? The 80s or something? Anyway, Moon Lambo, why are you talking about Flobies? Well, first of all, it's hysterical. Second, it's a real product. Seriously, the Flobie is a real thing. You can vacuum your hair off, and it cuts it. Oh my God! And it will frequently give people terrible haircuts. But the reason I brought this up is there's this tweet from Andrew Nation 13. It's the amazing Flobie and tagged me. Why did Andrew tag me in this? Well, I was talking about how market cap works in a video within the last 2-3 months, whatever it was. And I used a stupid example just for comedic effect about Flobies. If there are 5 Flobies in the world and how a value of a Flobie can go from $5 to $500 in like lickety split. It doesn't mean $500 has to enter the world of the Flobie ecosystem. It's just whatever the last sale price for a Flobie is. If there's only 5 on the planet, I was just using a simple example to illustrate that if somebody pays $500 for a Flobie after I bought it for $5, now the market cap is if it were $500, I'm making these numbers up and it may not be what I used in the video, but if the last sale price was $500, then if there's 5 of them, the market cap is suddenly it went from $25 to $2,500. And so my point in that is that the net inflow of cash necessary for these, it's nowhere near $2,500. And that's why when people are talking about in terms of what's it take to get a market cap in the trillions for XRP, just understand that it doesn't mean, if there's a market cap of $1 trillion for XRP, it doesn't mean that $1 trillion flowed in. No. Nowhere near that. The market gets bumped up, and people, generally speaking, if cryptocurrency is thriving, especially during these parabolic run-ups, somebody's paying more than the last person. So the dollar amount going in, the net inflow, nowhere near what the market cap is. And so that's why when all these people think, they talk about the total, global fiat currency money supply, they're like, oh, XRP could never reach this or that. Completely bogus arguments. And so that's why that's there. And so let me go back. Here. One sec. And here we go. And so then also, the Crypto Caveman, shout out to you as well, who responded to my tweet, because I I did tweet this out the other day. Moon Lambo channel inside jokes. Flobies for everybody. Who doesn't want to cut their own hair with a vacuum cleaner? And then the Crypto Caveman responded, haha, with this little 1980s looking ass seen on TV thing. It's just like, I mean, I'll tell you what, if you hate yourself, you should get a Flobie. Like, definitely do that. All right, last piece in this video, and then I better wrap it up. Bitcoin ransom deadline lapses as City of Johannesburg refuses to hand over 4 Bitcoin. The City of Johannesburg refuses to cough up a crypto ransom in the amount of 4 Bitcoin, worth approximately $37,471 at time of writing. On Thursday, October 24th, South Africa's biggest city got hit by hackers who were demanding 4 Bitcoin in exchange for captured data. The extortionists, known as the Shadow Kill Hackers, ooh, what a cool sounding crew, gave the city until Monday at 1700 local time to pay up. Do they use 24-hour time over there? Okay. As a result, according to the city's Twitter account, government officials were forced to shut down several systems, including the city's website, e-services, and billing, to prevent further access and damage to sensitive data. Despite not having critical systems back online, and after confirming that the cyber attack has had a significant impact on the city's ability to deliver key services to its residents, officials are refusing to cave to the hackers' demands. And there's a tweet on that. Shadrach Sibia, head of forensics, confirms that they know the origin of the attack, but they're not releasing any information. According to a statement issued by the city, the current rate of recovery, 80% of affected systems should be back online in the short term. So I like that they're not caving here. That's cool. But I'll tell you what, these hackers, even if they're technically smart people and capable of making this hack work, and then they capture whatever the data is, why do you want Bitcoin, which is traceable? Idiot sticks. Hey. Anyway, in the meantime, customers are advised to pay their municipal accounts using alternative means such as EFT, easy PayPal outlets, Pick and Pay, and Checkers, or the post office. And so there you go. That is something. And you know what? As my grandpappy used to say, people are no damn good. He didn't say it like that. I'm doing that for dramatic effect. He'd say people are no damn good. Kind of like that. He's like, people are no damn good. Maybe like that if he's getting a little bit more hot and riled. But I say it like, people are no damn good. So there we go. That's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Get yourself a Flobie. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!